They're bringing everyone, you know what I mean? Nigeria is bringing Osimhen and everybody else. Amrabat is there for Morocco. Algeria has, you know what I mean, right? Everybody's bringing their big guns, and now we are here forced, even though we have Umratata, we have forced to fight with a pistol now because our sniper's not there. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of The Corner Flag. You are here with your favorite host, Deshane. And as you can see by the title, we are of course talking a bit about Lyle Foster and the situation that's happening, man. The situation that's happening. So let's get straight into it. As you probably saw yesterday, I did drop a video reacting to the squad announcement made by our head coach, Hugo Bruce, right? Pretty good squad, right? But one of the things that we were talking about was Lyle Foster. And he has been recalled to the squad, which is good, right? He's a very, very good player. But it doesn't seem that all South Africans are happy about this. Are on board with this as well. He was also trending. A lot of the guys were talking about, hey, they haven't forgotten and forgiven him for what he did to us. So let's just get into it and talk about, the division and whether or not South Africans have actually forgiven Lyle Foster. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. Starting from the beginning, of course. Lyle, this was his first season in the Premier League, of course. He started very, very well. Probably was Burnley's best player in the opening 5, 6, 7 games or so. I think he started with 3 goals, if I'm not mistaken. And he was picking up form. He's really, really good, bro. South Africans, of course, always on the Facebooks and socials, always supporting him and making jokes, giving him the captain's armband and so forth. And yeah, right. AFCON comes around. They call him up, and our boy apparently is not being released by Burnley because apparently he's going through depression and there are a few other things that are going on with him. So he was absent from the Burnley squad for about 10 games, if I'm not mistaken. And at the very same time, South Africa, of course, is going to a very, very important competition, the biggest competition on African soil, of course, and that is the AFCON, right? They call up Lyle Foster, and he's not available, right? Because of this whole depression thing. Lebo Motivo on the other side would have loved to play it, but he was injured, right? So now the strikers we have left are Lepasa, Evidence Mahopa, and Aswena Palace, right? Those are the 3 strikers now that we have to go and compete at AFCON with. And South Africans were really upset about this, understandably so, because every other team is bringing their guns. Egypt is bringing Salah, Senegal is bringing Bomani, they're bringing everyone, you know what I mean? Nigeria is bringing Osimhen and everybody else. Amrabat is there for Morocco. Algeria has, you know what I mean, right? Everybody's bringing their big guns, and now we are here forced, even though we have Umratata, we have forced to fight with a pistol now because our sniper's not there, you know what I mean? So he's there and then we're playing, and then all of a sudden while we are playing AFCON, Lyle is playing for Burnley at the same time, bro. At the same time, we're playing AFCON there. This dude is here in the lineup. He's playing for Burnley. So now for a lot of South Africans, it kind of felt like he chose Burnley over us. You know what I mean? It's like he turned his back on South Africa, especially when they needed him the most, right? It's not even a qualifier. It's not a friendly. This is the real deal, bro. And yeah. So now South Africans are there, they're very confused on why is this guy not playing for us, but he's there for Burnley. And that's where things went wrong, right? That's where things even went wrong. They took him out of the lineup again and, benched him for a while again to try and let it blow over. But South Africans weren't impressed, bro. And they felt betrayed, right? They felt betrayed because now you left us with evidence for hope. Bro. And now you can even think that probably with Lyle, we would have gone a lot further, right? Because even in the game against Nigeria, it was very, very apparent. Evidence played relatively well, right? But there was a giant gulf in class between him and Osimhen. You could tell. As soon as it was us and our number 9 has to do the things, you can tell that it's shaky. But as soon as Osimhen is on that side, your heart is palpitating because this dude is dangerous, So I think it was just dangerous factor. And the thing about South Africa that I think we must not forget, right? Our result must not flatter us to think that we're better than we are. Because let's be honest, guys, the reason why we did so well at the AFCON was because majority of the team was Sundowns, right? This is a team that knows how to play together, and they kept us in the game, and they kept the shape and so they kept us there. They made us look better than we are because we played with a team that plays very, very well together and with quality players, right? But it's not enough. It's not enough, and the reason why it's not enough, you could see even how we lost in the semi-finals against Nigeria. It's not enough because these are not, I don't want to say they're not world-class players, right? They're very good. Sundowns players are fantastic. A lot of them can play overseas, right? But there is a gulf in class whenever we come up against a team like Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Ghana, whatever the situation might be, and that's why we always lose to these teams, right? And now I'm looking even at the squad, and there hasn't been much improvement in terms of like trying to up the class. So I think that's the major problem that we're facing. And with South Africans, I do think we should forgive Lyle Foster, you know what I mean? But I understand why y'all felt betrayed. I understand, and I think with South Africans, we do have a lot of trauma because this happens to us often. Benny McCarthy also did the same thing. Tulande Serrero at some point did the same thing. So it's like whenever we have the player that we rely on the most, our star player, they end up letting us down and turning their back on us at some point. And I think especially when they turn their backs on us on very, very, very critical moments, that's when the pain it stays for South Africans, and it's not easy for them to forgive. So I do personally think we should forgive because we are trying to move forward, and we do need Lyle. He is really, really good. He is our best striker, but I do understand why South Africans are feeling a little bit divided about the whole situation, and some of them are not forgiving him. But we should, guys. We definitely should. He's learning. And it's been a simultaneous season for him as well, right? It's been up and down. As I said, he started really well at Burnley, first season in the league. I think he ended off the season with around 6 goals, if I'm not mistaken, which is really not bad, especially considering how many games he has missed. So he is a quality player. Hopefully there will be a team that comes for him in the Premier League, although they just signed an extension not too long ago. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'd like to know from you how you feel about the whole Lyle Foster situation. Have you forgiven him? Have you not? Do you think that he should be considered for the squad going further? And if not, who would you replace him with, right? So yeah, I'd like to hear your opinions on the whole situation. Please also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are, of course, on our road to 500. And I see we're very, very close to that. So thank you guys. And let's keep the momentum going. And until next time, everyone, I will, of course, see you in the next episode of The Corner Flag.